Yeah, g'day, Dan here, just checking in. It's been a little minute, so a couple of videos I posted late last week, and the Dreamtime Flow clip, which is worth a listen if you haven't done so already. And there's a few songs there that are right in my pocket to be singing, so testing out a few little things with BandLab, and from these tracks, they're from Sunu AI, but there's a lot of intent that goes into these, and for anyone that's sort of into the music side of things, it's I feel there's a balance, with the use of this technology, the community building, the administrative things, even content creation. Got a post coming up where JK-47 and Mikhail were performing together. Won't say rapping and busking because that was a performance. Having a chat to JK afterwards, the energy pours in, and the rawness. And his circumstance, with management, I won't go too far into, but it does tie into the ability through this platform to self-publish and to self-determine without having to pay that someone 20% on top of, and you can relate that to many different circumstances of gatekeepers and people taking advantage, long story short, which the industry's done to him. Anyway, so if you don't know, I spent a bit of time with Buckshot, working with him on Duck Down Digital, which I'm still wanting you, Buck, to, we'll I'm sure you'll use these tools for that community and do what we said. And, for the important words, and going back to JK and the story of the Dreamtime Flow, stories of creation and what was in the beginning. You guys just have a think about it. I'm not going to go direct to it on this point, but basically word and sound is what I will say. And for us to be mindful of that, and to have the rights to then self-determine, is the best thing in terms of sovereignty, and to be able to help a collective. I've been involved with several different groups in the sovereignty space and different movements, and to stand up for our rights, and then there's a balance with that, energetically as well. But there's certain things that, at what point do you just not give it energy and get a solution? Even if it's that narrow path, and it's having to refine and take a step back and get it right and whatnot, because I still feel self-determination is the basic opportunity for people to get heard, to be understood, is number one. And then to have an opportunity to pursue and have an easier pathway, as I've talked about in other videos, like the venture capital space, and then marketing, and all these people that pretty much rip you off, like stockbroking. When I built that stock market software, you go back and watch that video, it was to cut out the middlemen, brokers that are ripping mum and dad investors off. And then there's been all sorts of things that I've seen with the ICO phases and initial coin offerings with the crypto space, and the growth of that over the last, since 2016, Bitcoin was at 500 bucks. Could have put 300 grand in myself. I did the honourable thing and tried to turn around my investment company on my own after a few venture capital pulled the rug. That's what happened. Made a few mistakes myself, but all these energetic things and people and whatnot that try to get in your way to, pursue and help people. You've got to just dig deep sometimes, align with that sovereignty within yourself. Think about your creation with your words and where your energy goes, and transmute that negative experience into, I suppose, positives, those areas for improvement, the lessons that come from that, to then, and ultimately having faith in the high God that, you have support. That faith and belief starts within self, and the frequencies within ourselves connected to nature, ourselves, like being able to then connect to the signals and signs that come our way from God. There's no doubt about that, and about other places and other beings that come in to support and protect those that need it. because of forces, adversarial forces. So, but anyway, I'm doing what I said and finishing, a platform where the music is very much integrated. It's community building, it's human-centric. Its foundation is to not be built on a transactional relationship model, which there was the potential of it before. And I'm really scaling back and releasing and surrendering a lot to God's and the higher plan here. Because, in some of these songs, that this kingdom isn't for anyone to hold on and have it on their shoulders on their own. No matter what you're trying to do and how you're trying to improve the world and with your purpose-driven endeavours, I'm really maintaining that hope and belief that we as a species, as people, can work together, and that some basic systems and some basic independency and, again, self-determination and tools to just help on the front end in a bit of business community and opportunities for people, and specifically with culture as well, and that storytelling, so we don't lose languages, which is being lost, these oral traditions, and very important things to the basics of humanity. Technology is doing a lot, so there's certain conversations that need to be had. Otherwise, if we don't have them, we can just shrug it under and be naive and ignorant to the fact. But what do we want as an outcome? So anyway, just wanted to check in. Hopefully you're all doing well, and pay attention to what's being released, the early bird token holders, sponsors, donators. I'm squaring the ledger with all my peoples from the past that have supported, put their energy into this journey and solutions. And again, I've maintained faith that, it's meant to be. So anyway, I'm going to start rambling if I carry on. So 7 minutes in, I'm going to love and leave yous. Have a good morning, good evening, good sleep, whatever you're doing. And we'll talk soon, yo.